Hello, everyone from Akasa Living. So today, yeah, I know I look rough. It's been one of those times where it's just like just do the wild hair thing, right? So today I want to do a reading for you, and I want to talk about Every Life is a Story readings. Every life is a story of conscious energy. We haven't known what that meant. We haven't known how to live as energy. And that's what we're all waking up to. So let's just feel into today, which every day this month is a portal because the year adds up to a 9, right? So, and this is September, so it's 9. Whatever the day is, 9. And today, of course, is 7, a number of completions. Let's see what we get today. Let's just see what we get. Now, the way I read tarot tells us what the current energy of the collective of people that we're picking up on is. And it doesn't tell us what the future is. It doesn't tell us what's happening even. It tells us where we are at that moment. And it tells us about the fields of potentiality. It tells us how we can choose to direct our energy, how we can choose to relate with our higher self. It gives us a tool to get out of the thinking mind and to connect with our highest level of consciousness and make conscious choices about how we want to feel and how we want energy that is expressing through us to be guided so that our experience here is new and fresh and expansive and not just looping through old ones. You see, our higher self is sending us through our heart spaces, inspiration, imagination, intuition. But the thinking mind wants to keep looping us through the same stories because, well, then we're in control. We already know how to do those things. That's not expansion, and that's not progression. And that is what we're here to do. But we are so used to the societal constructs or the collectives that we're connected to, guiding us and keeping us in line with what is expected. Well, we're not here for the expected, we're here for the unexpected. And we have all of these notions about what that means, that the unexpected means it has to be scary. Well, we're not here for our nervous systems to go into fight, flight, and freeze, to be anxious. We're here to be in awe and to be excited, right? So if we flip the script of how we see or feel or think about what comes to our heart space out of the old patterns that we've been taught to do and into a pattern of openness, of living as the energy that we are, in great big capital letters, as I say, then we start opening ourselves up to the expansion that we're here for. So that's what the cards are for. The cards show us the energy we're in and fields of potentiality. And then we feel into those and we keep what's in our lives that feel good, right? It feels good. I want to keep it. And we release what doesn't. Okay. And we build upon that. We build our new story upon what already feels good, so it's stable. We don't have to have tower moments that pull the rug out from under us. Okay? We can tell our higher self, it doesn't feel good to me when you pull everything out from under me. I'm open to building, but I want to do it in a way that is stable. So I stay calm and open and trusting in the expansion. And that's how it feels good to us. So that's how I do readings. It's how I do everything in energy work that I do, is from that perspective. And we have the King of Cups. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Ten of Cups. That's what we have for starting. And then Diana Cooper's Oracle deck here for the Golden Future. Let's see what we get. travel. This is an amazing card. Travel. Many people now have changed their lifestyle to where they are not staying in the same place, not working a 9 to 5, not planning to work at the same job for 30 years, live off of a retirement for a few years, and have 30-year mortgages. And they're choosing not to be entangled in collectives of energy that limit them to the traditional life. You notice here there is a pyramid. A pyramid is one of the shapes that helps to amplify our energy. So this is about the amplification. And yes, I know there's, and her book is amazing, and the meaning of her cards is amazing, but I'm reading it to you intuitively to go with the tarot deck right now. So certainly a good way to do with her deck is to pull a card a day, read the card, and do the meditation she has. I'm all for doing that. But when I use them to clarify readings, I read them intuitively. We have spaceships here. We have birds. We have all kinds of birds. We have a pyramid amplifying a rainbow frequency of colors. And we have this young person looking up at it all with like a golden halo of light that she's sitting in the middle of, and it's also around the back of her head. And we have the vegetation of the planet being represented here. And it's saying find ecological ways to explore the world. We're meant to be co-creating with all the energies around us. The amplification here is of the rainbow energy that we are. You see, we are white light, which holds all the colors, rainbow colors, right? Coming down through us, actually emanating out from our heart space, coming back in, coming back out, in, out, in, out. With every breath we take in, we're breathing in more of what we are. With every breath we exhale, we choose to exhale that which no longer serves us. The slower we breathe, the slower we keep our nervous system. So we're actually able to respond from the heart space, what our intuition, our imagination, our inspiration is, instead of falling into the loops of the fight, flight, and freeze, anxiety mode, etc., of the thinking mind. So she's very calm. This is a very calming card. And all the birds, all the types of communication around possibly other beings, because they're spaceships, right? Well, this can represent, and in this case I believe does, the other aspects of ourselves that we feel that are talking to us all the time, that are communicating with us all the time. This is about feeling all the communication that is around you to guide you. We're meant to be co-creating with all the energies around us. Earth, air, fire, and water, the trees, the birds, everything. We are this field of energy, okay? See this circle? This is like our heart space, okay? We are fields of energy attracting to us experiences, people, ideas, energy that matches us, all right? And so that is what we're to be creating with. But we have to be silent enough to feel our own hum. We have to be a king of cups. We have to feel into what we love, what inspires us, what lights us up. But we have to be selective about that. The king of cups doesn't take just any cup. And just because he has a cup doesn't mean that's the cup he runs with. He's selective about where he gives his energy. That's what a king of cups does. A king of cups is not mastering your emotions to the point of controlling yourself and not letting yourself feel. It's just the opposite. It's feeling, but understanding what's coming into your field. What's coming into your field. And when you feel it, is this how I want to feel? Or is this somebody else's energy coming in? What is my energy? It's mastering what is yours. And we do that with the high heart chakra. The heart chakra is like our immune system. It says, that's yours, that's not. That's yours, that's not. This feels good to us. That's what's supposed to feel good to us. We don't go with what's supposed to feel good to us. Or we're holding energetic space that's not ours to hold. It's not authentic to us. So we're not being authentic. We're not going to feel good doing it. And the people we're doing it with, we're being inauthentic with them too. So we're holding an energetic space in their field, in their story, okay, that we're not giving the best that we have to give. We're not showing up as a King of Cups. That's how a King of Cups shows up, authentic. And then we have the Page of Wands, which is about intuition. It's about new ideas, new stories. And then we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, she is she's our center of attention. The King of Cups says, in my stories, I'm going to show up authentic, feeling open to letting things flow, because that's what female energy, which I don't go with calling energy male or female, but so many people do call it divine feminine, divine masculine. But queens let things flow. Kings are on top of regulating, controlling male energy. This is how it is, right? The female says it is. And it's new stuff, and we're going to let it flow. And it's going to be exciting. We're going to have new, exciting ideas, new ways of being. That's what ones are, right? They're inspiration, right? And from that, we get a 10 of Cups existence. So for those of you who are looking at this and you're saying, well, how does this relate to me? What is it in your life? What I'm getting is we have, this is 7 is about completion. So today's portal day portal means we have these two energies, 9, which is completion, right? Along with 7, which is completion. Okay. So this is about completing ourselves in a way that is authentic to us, that really does feel good and that we can flow with. And from that flow, in new ways, we end up with a 10 of Cups life. Okay? A 10 of Cups life. And this family down here, this happy scene down here, this is what you attract to you, when you magnetize to you, when you stay in this energy. When we stay in the energy of what feels good to me. So that's what we have going on here. So we're tapping into a collective of people who are realizing that, hold on a second, I want my life to be co-created with all the energies around me. I want to stop creating upstream without a paddle. I want to stop working against the energy around me. To do that, this is feeling your own hum first and foremost. You have to feel your own frequency, your own baseline frequency, which is you being streamed as a unique perspective of source energy. So you're meant to see things differently. The King of Cups knows that there is not one truth. We're inspired to open ourselves up to our truth. Now, that means that in the moment, what you feel in the moment that feels good for you, and you flow with that, and you realize that as the queen, okay, the queen doesn't question. She's the most beautiful woman in the room, right? She doesn't question that what she wants is what she gets. That is how we're supposed to be doing this. We're supposed to trust that when we are honest with our entire light being, right? When we're honest with our entire light being and say, this is how I want to feel and what I don't want to feel. Now, some people get hung up on contrast. Contrast is how we flip our script, but I don't say that we need to know bad in order to experience good. All right? As a collective, as the hue beings of light that we are, we have collectively known enough good to last forever. The cosmos has been radiated out now with the bad that we have felt. All right? So we don't need to keep looping through the same bad experiences, denser energy experiences, to know what feels good. All that's stored in Akasha. We don't need to keep it in our thinking mind. We don't need to keep looping back to it. It's in Akasha. Sources got it, okay? We know what bad feels like. We're ready to step up to our own kingdoms, our own individual lives, our own stories that feel good, that are inspired, turning a new page, flipping the script and writing from there. And as we do that, as we attract in from that energy of been there, done that, got the t-shirt, I don't need tower moments. I don't need the world to crumble out from under me before I move. I'm willing to move. I'm willing to change. I know I'm supposed to have this. And I want it to feel like. But we don't give the specifics on what we want it to be, because we're opening up fields of potentiality, okay? Whenever we say, I want it to be exactly like this, when we're too much of a king, when we're the kind of king that dictates, okay, then we don't get fresh new stories, because the only thing we can do when we dictate is tell what we already know in our head, what we've already done. So we're going to get more of the same. But we're getting new energies and we're accepting those. So instead, we're sitting on our throne as a queen of wands with, this is how I deserve to feel. The current that comes down through me is the currency of my life. And everyone has the same amount of current coming down. We're all worthy of this. I'm worthy of it, and I'm worthy of what matches me. And when I magnetize those experiences in, when I wait for those experiences, when I wait until my heart is inspired with them, my imagination is inspired with them, then I get a 10 of Cups experience. But if I do it the way we've been doing it, if I stay in the old energy that I've been in, that I have to figure it out, that I have to know the steps, that I have to do what other people say, if somebody else is the king, then it's not going to be a new experience, and it's not going to feel good to me. It's not going to be authentic. And it's not a 10 of Cups experience with a happy group of people down here. It's people faking. It's people faking. It's people coping. It's people who are saying, well, this is how it's supposed to be. This is what I've told life is. So we're meant to change. So the collective I'm talking to is ready for that. They're ready for the completion of stepping into which is what this cosmic time period that we're in right now is about. You see, we are creating with everything around us, including all of the cosmos. So when we have days like 979, when we have cosmic events happening or whatever, again, those are all synchronicities that are communicating to us. Just like spaceships can be aspects of ourselves communicating to us. There are other lives we've lived, other places we've been. When we stop and we listen to our own hum, we get what they're telling us, because all the synchronicities that go on around us are, we've magnetized those in to communicate to us how to live and be differently. So we have a 2 of Swords. We have a 6 of Swords. What else are we getting? The 3 of Pentacles. And then Judgment. Okay? We don't blindly choose. Okay? It's not about blindly choosing. It's about being willing to make the choice without seeing. When we have to see, when we have to know, when we have to understand, we're going through the thinking mind. We're looping again with the same stories we already know. And especially when we're using swords, we're into logic. Logic. And logic is simply swords, things that we've already created. It's what the thinking mind already knows. It's how we have taken and we've labeled everything and we've distilled it down to dense, exact meanings. Instead of keeping the energy light and expansive, where more light can come in and things can have new meanings. So we're moving away from that. We're moving away from that. We're moving away from everything has a concrete meaning. And if I don't understand what it is, then it's a conundrum to me. It's a Two of Swords moment. What do I choose? Choose what feels good. Choose what feels good. And don't expect to see what the outcome is going to be. If you could see what the outcome is going to be, then you're already limiting it to what you know. And the point is to feel good about where you're at. What feels good to me? I want to feel good, but I don't have to see what the outcome is going to be. I'm open to go into new outcomes. Three of Pentacles. Pentacles are about the things here that we actually live, experience, what some would call reality or the 3D world, right? And you notice that here they're doing this in the dark, right? And there's three energies involved, okay? When we stay in the thinking mind, when we stay in the denser energies, we're going to repeat the same things over and over. That doesn't mean, in this Three of Pentacles card, I always see the three, many people read it differently, but the Three of Pentacles for me is always a denser way of doing things. So we have to decide, do we want the same thing? Do we want to be feeling the same, looking up? How do things become different? Asking, or do we want to trust that it's us, our higher selves, one whole complete light being, sending to us a different life? Trust that. You don't have to judge it, figure it out. Just go with the flow. Change how you're doing things. Stop using the thinking mind so much. Stop conspiring with what you already know, what you already have. Stop conspiring with it and be open instead to letting your highest energy take the gray, the things that are old to us, that are dead to us even. Take those away and change our outcomes. Change what our story is. Our stories are meant to be beautiful and magical. Okay? So we got the Eight of Swords. We surround ourselves with what collectives tell us we're supposed to do. We get caught in our head of, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? But the Eight of Swords shows us that if we took that mentality away, then we could walk at any time in any direction we wanted to. And our intuition knows what that direction is. But we're to stay calm. When we feel bound up like this, when we're in the mind, when we're in the blind state, we get nervous about it. We let ourselves get nervous. But the High Priestess, she stays calm about everything. She knows that if she stays calm about everything, then she gets the Queen of Swords outcome. Queen of Wands outcome. She gets this beautiful life that she's magnetized to her. Nine of Cups, sitting there. I know what I want. I know how I want to feel. I know how I want to feel. I don't know how I want to feel. And I want it to be new ideas that are coming in. Some people see this as a double-edged sword. I don't see it that way either. I see it as it cuts both ways. The stability that we feel, the way we feel good with change, is what does feel good to me. Keep that. And how do we keep what feels good to us? And that is a very good question. That's where you put your energy. Where you put your energy. Your energetic bandwidth, while we are infinite as a light being, as we slow down into form, we only have so much energetic bandwidth to put out every day. So what do you love? Put your energy there. And the momentum around that will cause you to attract more that matches that. Now, you don't get more of the same, though, because the other side of the sword is, how do I go forward? Because this sword cuts both ways, and you're going to go forward when you're doing what you love. You attract more of what you love, and you are open to going forward. Don't stay in the same sword, don't stay in the same energy, but you're open to not seeing where you're going, but trusting where you're going because you're doing it using your heart space, your imagination, your intuition, what inspires you. You're trusting that when you do that, the way energy works, you can only have a better outcome than what you're in right now. That's the only thing you can have. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, I think I trust, and some of my days aren't better than the day I had before or the moment I had before. What energy are you in when you do that? Have you just opened yourself up to? Did you just tell someone everything that you want? Okay, did you open your energy field up, or are you keeping your energy to yourself? Sometimes we open our energetic field up to people who aren't resonant with us, and they throw at us lower frequencies. And when those lower frequencies hit us, then we have to, at that moment, choose. I don't know how. Because if I knew how, it would be something I've already done. I don't know how, but it's not going to turn out the way it did before. It is going to feel better. I trust that. I'm a Queen of Wands. I know it is so. I'm the King of Cups. I'm over how I feel. And I'm going to go forward doing the things I love. And the energy will change. And it feels magical to us because we've been taught that that's not how things go. That if you're in a 30-year mortgage, the only way you can get out of it is pay it off the traditional way. Well, why? Why? Because that's what we know. And that's the entanglements we have made as with the collective. Entangle yourself, or magnetize, actually, a different collective. A collective that believes differently, that believes I can have it all. And it doesn't mean that I stop paying my mortgage. It means there's going to be something else come in. If that's what you're feeling you want, if that's what you feel your 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups would be, there's going to be a different way come in that you haven't seen before, that you don't know about. There's going to be something else come into your life that you love that's going to open up those fields of potentiality. But the pyramid is because you're amplifying your own energy to attract those collectives that agree with what you're saying, that see things the way you do, that are sending the energy back that matches your frequency, not those who don't. So this is how we change what our story is. Our story can be anything. You're this King of Cups, this 8 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, whatever. This can be anything in your life. It can be, I don't like how my relationship is. I don't feel like I'm in the right job. It can be anything. Okay, well then, how do you want it to be? I don't want it to feel the way it's feeling. I'm the king of my life. I choose how it feels. It's going to be a new energy, and I'm going to magnetize that in. So decide, how do you want to feel? Envision how it feels. Envision that. And then don't get into the thinking mind, thinking you're supposed to figure that out. You're not. You do keep what feels good to you, so the rug's not pulled out from under you, so you don't have to have tower moments to have change. You can keep what feels good to you. But don't start thinking, so how do I work this out? Because the big imagination will come in, the big inspiration will come in, the big intuition will come in, birds will fly by. Your higher selves, other aspects of yourselves, they other lives you've lived, they will speak to you and they will give you ideas. And instead of following those, you'll go back to, where to get to? I get carried away. You'll go back to this. I'm sorry. You'll go back to the 3 of Pentacles and you'll start, well, I need to play small. I need to build it this way. I need to do it that way because that's what I know to do. No, you're not meant to play small. You're meant to have it all. So open yourself up to that. Open yourself up to, I've got 9 cups already. What are you thankful for? What cups do you like in your life already? I love these cups. I want to expand though to the 10 of Cups. I'm going after my other cup. I'm going to magnetize it in, but feeling the way I want to feel. So how do we do this? Slow down the breath. Be in touch with your own inner hum. All right? Be in touch with your own frequency. Emanate out your own frequency. And the collectives that you're connecting to, be sure that they correspond with how you want to feel, that they're coherent with how you want to feel. Be drawing the supporting roles in your story, the stage that your story is set on, the job that you're at, the place that you live, the opportunities that come. Be drawing those from what truly matches your frequency. And this is how a child thinks. A child, when you tell a child, you know, today is such and such, and we're going to do such and such, they immediately start in their minds opening up to, wow, this is going to be, and it's going to be that way, and it's going to be this way. And they have all this big energy that they put out, momentum that they put out to attract it in. And then we shut them down with, no, life doesn't work that way. It's not going to be, did you not hear me? We're going to go do this, this, and this. And those things they take time. And then the child is like, yeah, and then this could happen and that could happen. That's how we're to be approaching life. That's how we write our story, our way. And the collective of energy that has come in today is open to doing that. They're ready to do that. Forgive yourself. Let go of the energy of, but that's not what I have now. All I see now is this. Forgiveness isn't, well, it's okay that this has happened. It doesn't mean that at all. It means letting that energy that you're feeling all the time, that you're feeling when you look around and you're like, well, I want to be debt free, but I'm not. Look what the mess I've gotten myself into. The minute you say something like that to yourself, flip the script. I did get myself into it, but my higher self can get me out of it, and it's going to feel good. And it's okay that I've done it 4 times to myself. My higher self's got me, because this time I'm not going to go into my own thinking mind and conspire with myself and try to do it old ways. I'm a queen of wands. I'm open to new ways. I'm a king of cups. I'm going to feel the way I want to. I'm going to have a 10 of cups life. I'm going to go forward with everything that comes at me. I'm going to transmute it to a cup of love for myself. And I'm going to say, why not? Why not? That's how a child does things. Why not? Why not? When we approach life that way, why not? When we flip the script on everything, no matter what cards we've dealt ourselves, no matter what energy we've been pulling in, no matter what bed we've made for ourselves, no matter what our current story is, that's how we flip the script, is that expansion, that openness to it. We are having this, our moon phase right now is in Pisces. Cancer is another water sign. It says vulnerability is a source of strength, not weakness. Your willingness to open your heart and love creates connections that heal and inspire. We feel vulnerable when we do this, because it's not how we've been told to do things. And it's like, that can't possibly work. That can't possibly work. It can't be that way. It can't be that simple. Why not? Why not? Every time you have a negative thought of some sort, every time you have this tendency to write your script, your story the way it is right now, but that's not really how you want to feel, then stop and say, why am I doing this? Okay, it doesn't matter why I'm doing it. What matters is, how do I flip it and feel just the opposite? And take the time, write down what you want. Again, not specifics, because you want to leave the field open so that energies can come in that are new. So the story that comes in is new. You're just telling your higher self how you want to feel. And then whenever the opportunities come, you take them. When the opportunity comes, you take it. And no, there are all these people who say, well, it's going to be scary. And it has to be scary, or, it's not really a new opportunity, etc., etc. If it's scary, then you've attracted in something you're not really wanting. Now, there are those out there who are going to say, oh, that's not right. It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be a tower moment. Everything is supposed to change. You're controlling how you want to feel. That's a whole collective of people who they have decided and have put out this collective energy of that's what change looks like. Don't belong to that collective. Don't let that be your family on the 10 of Cups. Be a part of the family that says, hold on, change can be beautiful. The rug doesn't have to be pulled out from under me. I don't have to have a tower moment to have change. Let's get one more card and see how this ends. And we'll wrap it up. We've been going for a while now. 7 of Cups. And today is 9-7. You're many things. You're not one story. You've got many stories going on. They're going to be at different levels of consciousness. Your financial story may look better than your love story. Your health story may look better than your relationships with family and friends story. Where are you putting your energy? What stories are authentic? Where are you being real with yourself? And where are you just coping? Let go of where you're coping. Let go of what's not authentic to you. Put your energy into the cups that feel good. Now, letting go doesn't mean you never speak to them again. It doesn't mean that you're rude. Remember, we're doing all this from the frequency of love. But it's okay to be honest and say, I'm not going to have time to do such and such. My energy is needed elsewhere. I need to do this for me. That's okay to do. When you're honest and respect yourself, what you put out is the energy of self-respect, self-love, and you attract back to yourself the story you really want. Living a story that's inauthentic to you, having a bunch of cups that don't really hold what you want. You may be living a big story, but you're living other people's, other collectives. You're giving your energy away to that. Today is about this portal energy, so we can breathe in the clarity of who am I? Who am I really? This is the end of the cycle of not having the life I want. I'm completing that today. I'm only breathing in what feels good to me, and I'm exhaling what doesn't. And I'm doing it kindly with people. I'm not hanging up the phone on people. I'm not refusing to ever spend any time with them. But if it doesn't feel good to me, well, I'm doing what does feel good to me. I'm writing my story from a place that feels good. Because that's what we're here to do. Why would we want to keep expanding a life that doesn't feel good? Our health, our wealth, our abundance, our prosperity, and the longevity of our life, all the things we need, we attract them in from the energy we're in. Why be in an energy that's inauthentic to you? The life you're attracting, that you're magnetizing, the story that you're living is not going to feel good to you when it's inauthentic. Release resistance and surrender to the flow. You're guided to trust this. Let go of control and embrace the journey into the unknown. Vortex. Have the momentum of energy around you to be authentic. So you're attracting in what you truly feel good about. Then you show up in the world authentically. And you're not in other people's lives holding space inauthentically. You're not doing them a favor when you do that. When you write your life, your story, in a way that pleases other people, they may think they're happy you're there, but imagine if that space you're holding was being held by someone else who really authentically wanted to be there, who was really authentic to that collective, who was authentically magnetized into that, whereas you're pretending. You're pretending. And people sense this, they feel this. And so there's unhappiness in our stories. Let your story change. Don't be afraid of it. Release the resistance and surrender to the flow of it. And you're going to find you have a beautiful life that you have attracted in, that you've magnetized in, and you've done it by simply feeling good. That is what we're here to do. Every life is a story of conscious energy. This is how energy works. And when we're consciously aware of it, we use our magnetism to expand upon what already feels good to us. And the things that don't will dissolve because the energy will be pulled from them, and we will create new experiences that expand our lives in a way we can't imagine in the thinking mind, but we can in the heart space. And so we're magnetizing them in. This is how we change our lives, our stories, our way. This is how we live as conscious energy in great big capital letters every day. By breathing in what feels good and exhaling what doesn't. So I hope this has helped you. You've got this. You really do. It really is as easy as breathing in, breathing out, staying calm, and going forward, knowing that you deserve a 10 of cups, and everyone else does too. And the way we get that is when we're authentic, and we have the 7 of cups that is authentic to us. That's where we're putting our energy, our energetic bandwidth. Not telling these cups what to be, but willing for the cups to be filled with new energy, new ways of being open to that. See you next time.